Opening hook, calm, piercing tone. If everyone's pretending but no one knows it, is it still a lie? There's a version of reality we're allowed to see. Polished, pleasant, safe. And then, there's what's hidden beneath it. From the moment you're born, the world hands you a script. It tells you what to be, how to act, what to want. Not directly, but subtly, constantly, through smiles, through silence, through the rules no one questions. You're told this is normal. You're told this is life. But what if it's just a costume? What if the real world, the one beneath the surface, is nothing like what you've been shown? The illusion begins early as children. We learn quickly. Not just language or math, but how to be accepted. How to smile when we're scared. How to nod when we disagree. How to shrink when we feel too much. We learn to perform, to wear the face that fits the moment. By the time we're adults, the mask has grown so familiar we forget it's there. We think it is us. But behind the roles we play, student, employee, partner, citizen, there's a quiet truth most never touch. We're all following invisible rules. Rules no one remembers agreeing to. The lens that shapes. You imagine every thought you've ever had pass through a filter, one you didn't choose. That filter decides what you fear, what you desire, even what you believe is possible. It comes from school, from media, from your parents who inherited their own. It tells you what's realistic, what's good, what's crazy, what's success, and you trust it, because everyone else does too. But here's the truth. Reality isn't what's in front of you. It's what you've been trained to see. And those who trained you? They didn't always have your best interest in mind. Who profits from the lie? Let's ask the question most people never do. Who benefits from you being asleep? Not physically, mentally. Who gains when you believe you're small? Who thrives when you feel unworthy, distracted, afraid? Governments, corporations, institutions, anyone who needs you obedient, predictable, dependent, because a person who can think for themselves is dangerous. They can't be sold fake dreams. They don't worship fake gods. And they don't play roles that destroy them from the inside out. That's why this side of reality stays hidden. Not because you're not ready, but because if you saw it, you might stop playing along. Comfort is the cage. Here's the clever part. They don't need chains to hold you. They just need you to be comfortable, numb, distracted, addicted to dopamine. Scroll your phone, order food, chase likes, watch drama, stay busy, stay tired. Stay small. The system doesn't fight your rebellion, it sedates it. It whispers, hey, don't think too hard. Don't feel too much. Just go with the flow. But that flow only ever leads one place. Conformity, emptiness, regret. The forgotten self. Here's the paradox. The further you stray from your true self, the more applause you get. Play the part. Say the safe things. Wear the right mask. But the longer you do it, the heavier it gets. Because somewhere beneath the act, there's a version of you that's raw, awake, unfiltered. The one that asks questions even when it's risky. The one that feels things others push down. The one that remembers. And the moment you stop pretending, even for a second, the illusion begins to crack. A glitch in the simulation, you've felt it, haven't you? That moment when something doesn't sit right. When a headline feels too neat. When a job promotion feels empty. When a smile feels fake, even if no one says so. That's not paranoia. That's the veil slipping. It's reality tapping you on the shoulder and saying, there's more, you've just forgotten how to look. The edge of the lie, we were never meant to fit this mold. We weren't born to chase approval, repeat slogans, or die slowly in cubicles. But the world sold us a dream and called it safety. Now many are waking up and realizing the dream was always someone else's profit. Your attention, your labor, your loyalty, all given freely. because you believed the story. The question is, do you still? Ending transition. Seeing the lie is the first step. But escaping it, that's something else entirely. Because the moment you try to wake up, the world resists. Friends pull you back. Systems retaliate. And worst of all, your own mind fights against you. In Section 2, we're going deeper. We'll explore the traps built inside your own psyche, the ones that stop you from breaking free even when you want to, because truth doesn't just challenge the world outside you, it shatters the one within. Escaping the lie isn't the hard part. It's escaping who you became inside it. You've felt the glitch. You've sensed the mask slipping. Maybe you even tried to take it off, but something pulled you back. Not a person, not a system. You. You told yourself it was a bad idea, that it was too late, that maybe the illusion was better after all, and that's the part they never mention. The most powerful prison isn't around you. It's inside you, the program that lives in you. Let's be blunt. Your mind was never neutral. From day one, it was shaped, crafted, not just by your family or teachers, but by a system that rewards conformity and punishes truth. You weren't just taught how to behave. You were taught how to think, what success looks like, what failure means, what kind of love you deserve, what dreams are realistic, and these weren't lessons you chose. They were embedded so deeply you stopped seeing them as ideas. You started seeing them as you, but they're not you. They're the operating system. And now, it's glitching. The comfort of the known. The first time you saw through the illusion, something inside you lit up. You felt it. Freedom. Weightlessness. Truth. But it didn't last, did it? Because truth, while liberating, is also deeply uncomfortable. And the mind? It doesn't crave freedom. It craves familiarity. You may hate your routine, your job, your gyas, false identity, but they're known, predictable, safe. That's why so many run back to the dream, even after they've seen it's fake. They don't choose slavery. They choose certainty. The voice that keeps you small. There's a voice in your head. It's not loud. It's worse. It sounds like reason. You're overthinking. You'll fail anyway. People won't understand. Don't ruin what's working. It masquerades as logic, but it's fear. Fear in disguise. Fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. And its favorite word is wait. Wait until it's safer. Wait until you're more ready. Wait until the pain gets worse. But here's the secret. It never gets easier. You don't become free by waiting. You become free by acting, despite the fear. The loop they built in you. There's a reason self-sabotage feels so familiar. It's not weakness, it's programming. The system taught you to fear your own power, because the moment you reclaim it, you stop needing them. But here's the cruel trick. Even when the lie is exposed, the habits remain. You may see the cage, and still choose to sit inside it. Why? Because the truth demands you change, and change means loss. Loss of identity, loss of approval, loss of the old you, the one everyone accepted, even if it was a performance. And that's the paradox of awakening. To become who you are, you must grieve who you were. The people who will try to pull you back, you think waking up will make others cheer for you, but often it makes them fear you, because when you change, you force them to see their own reflection. And most people would rather hate you than question themselves. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. They'll say you're different, and they'll be scared. Not because you're wrong, but because you're free. And freedom terrifies. Those still clinging to the script, why most people never escape, it's not because they're stupid or weak. It's because they confuse comfort with truth. The illusion rewards them. They get praise, stability, identity. And the truth? It offers none of those things, at least not right away. The truth offers silence, uncertainty, loneliness. It strips you bare. It forces you to face everything you ran from. And that's why most people, even when they know, still turn back. They don't want the truth. They want peace. But they forget. The illusion never brings peace, just distraction. The death before the rebirth. There's a moment in every awakening where you feel like you're breaking. Your beliefs collapse. Your identity dissolves. You feel unmoored, alone, fractured. This isn't failure. This is necessary. The old you must die so something real can live in its place. It's not just a shift in thinking. It's a death, a rebirth. Not metaphorically, psychologically, and... No one tells you this part, because it's not marketable. It's not glamorous, but it's the price of freedom. A truth. You can't unsee. Once you've seen the glitch, you can't pretend it's not there. Once the mask slips, you can't unfeel the weight of it. The system will try to pull you back. Your mind will try to keep you small. People will beg you to fit in again. But deep down, you'll know. That version of you is gone. Not because you hate the world, but because you finally love the part of yourself the world taught you to reject. The moment you wake up is the moment the world tries to lull you back to sleep. You've seen the lie. You've questioned the script. You've survived the voice inside that told you to stop. But now comes the real test. How do you stay awake in a world built for sleepwalkers? The gravity of the dream. Most people around you still believe the illusion. They still think success is status, that obedience is virtue, that more is better, that the system, no matter how flawed, is the best we've got. You'll hear them argue with passion about things that don't matter. You'll watch them fight each other, while the real enemy hides in plain sight. And if you're not careful, you'll start to question yourself. You'll wonder if you're the one who's lost. That's the gravity of the dream. It pulls you back, not with force, with familiarity. The isolation of truth awakening isn't loud, it's quiet. You won't find it in crowds. You won't find it in the headlines. You won't find it on stage or at the top of some ladder. You'll find it in silence, in discomfort, in the stillness of being fully present. And that stillness is lonely, because the more awake you become, the less relatable you'll feel. Small talk becomes painful. False smiles feel radioactive. You can't unsee what you've seen. It's tempting to numb yourself, to slip back into roles, to blend in, but your soul will ache. Because it knows. Pretending is death by 1,000 cuts. How they keep you tame, the system doesn't punish you with pain. It punishes you with noise, distraction, entertainment, outrage. It fills every silence with static, because in silence, truth emerges. You were never meant to think for yourself. You were trained to outsource your beliefs to schools, influencers, algorithms. But awakening means reclaiming the most dangerous thing in the world. Your attention. When you control your attention, you control your mind. And when you control your mind, the illusion loses its grip. That's why they flood it, to keep you tame, to keep you too tired to think. Living awake without losing yourself. Let's be real. You can't just vanish into the forest. You still have to live here. Pay bills, talk to people, be human. So how do you exist in the illusion without becoming it again? Here's how. Be present, not passive. Don't let the moment slip by while your mind wanders. Each moment, fully lived, is a rebellion. Speak truth, even when it trembles. Say the thing no one else will say. Break the trance. You may lose comfort, but you gain soul. Choose depth over noise. Everyone's screaming. Few are listening. Choose the quiet path, the reflective path. That's where clarity lives. Keep your rituals sacred. Mornings, walks, reading, journaling. Protect your mind like it's sacred, because it is. Forgive the sleepers. Not everyone wants to wake up. Not everyone can. You can love them without lowering your frequency. You are not here to be normal. Here's the truth that changes everything. You were never meant to fit in. That ache you felt your whole life? That feeling of being different? It wasn't a flaw. It was a signal. The world told you to silence it, to medicate it, to hide it. But that ache is the compass. It's pointing you toward your real life, the one no one handed you, not the life of applause, not the life of roles, but the life of meaning. And meaning isn't given. It's built, brick by brick, through truth, pain, love, and resistance. You can't save everyone. This part hurts the most. When you see the truth, you want to share it. You want to pull others out of the fog. But many will resist you. Some will mock you. Some will turn against you because awakening threatens their comfort. And most people don't want the truth. They want relief. You'll want to shake them. You'll want to scream, "Don't you see?" But remember, you are not here to wake them up. You're here to stay awake yourself. Lead by being. Let your clarity speak louder than your words, and if someone's ready, they'll find their way. The sacred role of the awakened. What does it really mean to be awake? It's not about knowing more. It's not about being right. It's not about winning arguments. It's about becoming a mirror. Your presence reflects the truth others hide from. Your silence reveals what noise tries to cover. Your stillness exposes the chaos they can no longer outrun. To be awake is to walk through fire and not burn, to love what's real, even when it's ugly, to carry the weight of knowing, and still move with grace. Ending transition. There will be days when you want to go back. Days when the silence feels like too much. When truth feels like a burden. When the lie seems easier. But every time, you choose awareness over comfort. You reclaim a piece of your soul. And soon you stop longing for the dream, because even in all its loneliness, truth tastes like freedom. There's something beyond the illusion, beyond the system, beyond even the awakening. It's the place they never wanted you to find, because once you're there, they can't touch you anymore. You've seen through the mask. You've fought the noise in your head. You've learned how to walk among the dreamers without falling back asleep. But there's still one final threshold, transcendence, not escape, not withdrawal, but an entirely different state of being. The death of the game. Here's the truth. Even awakening can become a trap if you cling to it. You start identifying with being the outsider, the rebel, the one who knows. And just like that, ego takes over again. Different costume. Same prison. To truly go beyond, you have to let go of the need to prove anything. You stop fighting the illusion, not because it's real, but because it's irrelevant. You see it for what it is, a passing dream, and you become the witness, not the player, not the pawn, the silent force that watches it all, untouched. The power of being unreachable, when you stop needing their approval. When their insults don't shake you, and their praise doesn't move you. When you don't flinch at silence or solitude, you become unreachable. And that's the most dangerous thing you can be in a world built on control, because power can't tempt you, fear can't stop you, and no one, not a system, not a person, not a voice in your head, can take what you've found within. What you become, you stop asking, "What should I be?" and start becoming what's true, still, present, aware. Not a reaction, not a role, but a clear mirror for the world to see itself. This is what they fear, not your resistance, but your peace. Because peace that can't be shaken is a revolution they can't control. The final realization, you were never here to win the game. You were here to remember you were never part of it. And now, you know. Not just with your mind, but in your bones, in your breath, in your being. This isn't about waking up anymore. It's about staying awake and radiating what can't be faked. And when others finally see that light in you, they won't ask, "What do you believe?" They'll ask, "Where did you go?" And you'll smile, because you didn't go anywhere. You just finally arrived. Final one-line CTA. Be so awake, the illusion breaks when it touches you.